This is a very controversial diet. What this doctor is doing is he's putting a feeding tube through the nose into the stomach, and he's delivering about 800 calories a day of nutrition. It consists of protein and fat, and it puts the body into a state of ketosis. This can lead to a lot of other problems: dehydration, electrolyte loss, and potential problems like kidney stones.
Not to mention, it's totally disgusting. I mean, people are walking around with the tube up their nose, walking around as they're being force-fed all day long, but he says that's key because it prevents hunger. I think we believe this is the doctor getting the tube himself. This is the doctor on the left getting the tube put into his own nose. Is there any... I mean, what does this say to you as a doctor about the mental state of American women in particular, because it's designed for brides-to-be, who put themselves through this?
Well, we clearly are putting women into a very difficult position. We're asking them to, fit a certain model or an ideal that society has, and we're putting a lot of pressure, particularly in this case on wedding day, for them to look a certain way. The problem when you put someone on a diet like this is that it always leads to a rebound effect, and if people aren't trained properly, they don't understand what the risks are, they'll end up putting the weight back on. And in fact, they'll put more fat on than they did to begin with.
Do you believe these before and after pictures? They always show the chubby body and then the beautiful body. I mean, really, 10 days later, look at this. Are you telling me after 10 days, that's what happened? I don't believe that.
No, and I think that, it's important for people to see that and to understand that's not what's going to happen. And more likely than not, that the individual who goes through that diet is probably going to end up in the wrong side of the equation afterwards.
And you lose water weight. It's not all fat that comes off of you, but as you point out, your body starts to think it's starving. So then as soon as this feeding tube is gone and you start eating normally on your honeymoon, what happens?
Well, you're just going to put more weight on than you did to begin with. And again, with yo-yo dieting, when you lose that water and you lose the fat, you also lose muscle mass as well. And that often returns as more excess weight. So what we need to think about are ways for women, men, for society to start to lose weight properly. Cut back on the number of calories and portion control. Cut out the carbs and the sugar and the sweets. Cut out the sugars and the artificial sweeteners, which can cause people to crave more sugars and fats. Don't eat late at night. Make sure if you sit down for a meal that you're not hungry. It's important to eat regular portions, regular meals at specific intervals. Maybe have some snacks with you, like some almonds during the day.
I think a lot of fiber in your diet is great because it fills you up. If you don't want to be hungry all day, try that because it really does fill you up. Some Fiber One in your yogurt in the morning, that kind of thing. But personally, I follow the Zone, and I highly recommend it. Doctor, thank you.
Thank you so much.